Hey guys, in today's video we're gonna do Christmas illustration. Subscribe and like this video and let's get on with the video. So right now I'm figuring out what the heck I want to do. I'm gonna draw a chalet type of stuff where there's snow and trees and stuff. So yeah, stick around for more. And adding more texture to it, like it's kind of like a cartoon drawing, which is probably the funnest type of art. I think I wanted to make it more cartoony, less illustration. So right now I'm drawing a house, kind of like those shacks that you see in the middle of the ice. I kind of wanted to do it because that screams like trapped in like a snow chalet or something like that. So I'm going to add a border around it to make it more 3D and adding a line so then you could see it. It looks more realistic that way because then it looks like a blank house with no shape, no anything. So right now I'm erasing it and fixing the parts that I like and I don't. And next I'm touching up the chalet to look just like I see in movies or somewhere else. Now I'm gonna add a layer under it so then it's easier if I want to change it or if I want to erase some parts. So now I'm adding a blue and a darker blue to kind of like a shadow because the snow does have different shades of blue. I don't know particularly what colors they are, but to me that looks more realistic than I guess just putting plain white, because plain white has. Now I'm just blending the colors and making it more look realistic because I don't know, I just don't like stuff to be plain colors. I like them to have shade and their own shape and color. And yeah, that's like the best thing ever when your illustration is done, but this is quite not done yet. So yeah, also make sure to subscribe and like this video so then I know that you guys are watching this video, because I know some of you aren't subscribed. So yeah, make sure to subscribe and also check out I recently started a shop called The Drew, which has tons of designs like Snowy the Snowman, which is probably my favorite one, and also some Indian designs in there. And also there's a Sunset of Chicago, which is probably my favorite one. There's a bag, t-shirts and stuff, so go check it out. So right now I'm just making it and I'm adding a new layer, and let's see what I do next. Right now I'm putting the snow to add kind of more reflection in it, making it more realistic and more appealing to everyone, and adding a shadow kind of because snow is white and right now I'm staring at so much snow and it's snowing, and I thought it would be the best time to do a snow illustration. Maybe I'll do one next week, you never know. So yeah, I blended them together, and yeah, I think I like it so much that I'm gonna lower the opacity because it is a shadow and it does kind of mimic snow, which is kind of cool in some other way. Maybe I'll find a better way to do it, but this is the way that I've been doing it for a long time. So now I'm gonna add a window because I forgot to add it, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and this is kind of like a cartoon Christmassy illustration, something that you might see in a cartoon. I don't know, I just love it so much. It's definitely a different vibe than just doing it more realistically, but I kind of like it. Right now I'm doing a boat, trying to find a good like bottom for it, and I do like boats, so I thought I would add something different into my drawings because I always do the same design, the same thing. I thought I would change it up by adding a boat, because who doesn't like boats? I mean, they're so cute. Look at that one. and it's the perfect size, perfect everything. So yeah, now I'm gonna color the boat because I love the boat. So I decided to go for a purple theme for this boat and going to add a darker purple at the bottom to make it more shadowy and cool. And I think that adding 2 colors really makes a difference rather than just one, because one is kind of boring, honestly, but it does make it look more different than the other boats that I've drawn. I have drawn a couple boats, and I recently learned how to draw a boat better, but I think this is the best version. I think I should have added a shadow at the bottom of the boat to make it more like it's popping out of the illustration, but it's fine. I think it just looks like a 2D sketch to me. It does kind of look 3D, but 2D is what we're all going for. So now I'm gonna add a lighter green and a darker green because I love adding green. It kind of adds like this pop of nature into it, because I think I added too much blues in this illustration because snow is mostly like whitish blue. I think it turns color over time, which is pretty weird. And do you know how many different snowflakes there are? It's crazy. And yeah, I'm looking at snow right now, so having the best time just doing this illustration. The thing about snow is it's just the best feeling ever, and I thought I would draw this illustration just to show you how much I love snow. So yeah, that was my whole spiel about snow. So anyways, I'm gonna do the door, which is a lighter brown. Well, I forgot to do it under the layer. Always do it under the layer because it's easier, and you can add animations to it, which I probably might do it in the next one because I want to try new things, not just sticking with one little thing all my art journey. You know, everything is just different. Now I've just colored it in lighter blue. I decided to do like a different color because I just tried to stick to a blue theme in this, but I thought adding a pink would add more color, more life, and plus, who doesn't like a pink color? I would say it's kind of like a pinkish, salmonish color, but you know. And then I'm erasing it, so then later I don't have to keep on going back and forth. So now I'm doing a lighter pink, actually a more neon pink than lighter pink, but it does make a huge difference adding pink to it because most of the illustration is blue, and adding a pop of orange because who doesn't love orange? And I don't think much houses like this are like bright neon colors, but I do love colors a lot, and I love playing with stuff, and all of the colors do go well with each other, so I like it so much. So now I'm gonna add the sky, which is probably, actually I'm gonna touch this up first. Actually, nope, I keep on changing my mind, but that's fine. So now I'm gonna do the sky. I'm gonna add a blue, kind of like a pinkish purple blue. I'm going to add another blue, about 3 blues. I do darkest blue to lightest blue to in between because it adds more shadow than duplicate it. So then it kind of looks like mirroring each other. That's a cool effect. And I'm shading it, which is probably the most satisfying part ever. I should have did an ASMR part, but you know, it's always noisy here. But yeah, now I'm just blending it, and it is more satisfying than just using Gaussian blur, which I think ruins the illustration so much. But this has so much texture and life to it. It looks so real. But because of so much blue that I put into this, I decided to add a yellow into this. So I just drew a line, just dropped the yellow, and then I Gaussian blurred it because it took so much time just doing the sky that I thought make it more look realistic. So I played around the opacity. I got to the point where I liked it a lot. So now I'm just adding some snow because why not? Because it is snowy season. Adding some little droplets of snow everywhere doesn't have to be perfect. You just do dots and dots and dots. And snowflakes come in different sizes, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really have to be that perfect. So just drop it everywhere. It is satisfying. Everything in this video is so satisfying. You can just give it an A+, because this video is probably my favorite one ever. Except the one that I did last time, but I do like this one so much better than last time. So now I'm adding some lettering because I want it to be more like, I want it to feel like it's snowing, like let it snow, even though it is snowing. But like I want to add more of a snow feel to it, so I added kind of like this kind of like, I don't know what you call this lettering, but I call it what I always do, but it does look good in everything. And yeah, I just love doing lettering so much, especially bubble letters. They're like my favorite thing to do. When I was a child, I used to do all these things, but now I can do it without needing a guide, like you put in your handwriting. It's a whole other vibe, but I do like this a lot, and it adds so much personality to it. It does make it feel like more of a kind of like a postcard or like a Christmas card. Actually, this would be a good Christmas card. So anyways, I made this letter small and it fit, and I added a blue thing to it, erasing it and making it more cooler and more realistic. And yeah, that is the lettering. Now I'm going to color it, which is probably the most satisfying part. I decided to go with blue because I thought it would complement all the colors that I used, because I did use a lot of colors, and that does say a lot about a person if she used so much color. But like, what is life without any color? Any pictures? Not everything has to be black and white, but yeah, adding that. And I didn't like the coloring, so I did it over and over again until finally like this one, and I decided to color it too. So you'll see that it doesn't have to be perfect. Every drawing that I do is, I put a lot of effort into it. Each piece takes at least 20 to 30 minutes. It does take a lot of time, but I think it's totally worth it. And I decided to color on it to make it look more like this is probably the most exciting lettering that I ever did. I think it's the best one I did. The other one was horrible, but this one looks more advanced and looks more cleaner than I thought. And I added more stuff to it to make it look more graffiti-like. I want it to look like playful, colorful. I wanted to make it more like kid, like an illustration that you see in a book. I kind of wanted to make it more different than the other ones, and this one is kind of like a better version, I think. But I think I love the S. It's really like my style of handwriting, which is very like, which is clean and spread out and actually good. And yeah, I think I did a good job. Comment below if you think I did a good job so I know, and also like this video if you haven't already, so then everyone can see how great this video is. Yeah, so this illustration is pretty much done. I just have to add my signature, and yeah, I really had a lot of fun
just drawing and
spending
hanging out
time
with
with
you guys.
and
It's my
you guys
favorite thing
really
to
liked the
do,
last
so I decided to
illustration,
add
so I
this
thought I would
blue
do
to make it
another
more,
one. And I
to make
did
it
add the
blend in
blue
with
to
the
add
lettering
more
that I just
flavor
did.
to the design,
And now I'm gonna
because
add
I
my
think it needed
signature,
a little
and
bit of blue.
yeah,
Even though I used a lot of blue,
I really had so
I
much
think
fun
it
doing
turned out
today's
great.
video.
And
I
yeah,
hope
make
you
sure
guys
to check
liked
out
it
my
too.
shop,
And make sure to
Zavru,
subscribe
and
and like this video, and
subscribe
make sure to
and like
check
this
my
video, and
Etsy shop,
comment below
Zavru,
if you like
and
videos like
this is the
and
final look
I'll see you
of
guys later.
today's
Bye.
illustration. Make sure